Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly episode 2nd October 2018. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital.
Yay.
Monkeys and whales as well.
I'll bring penguin next.
This week we got some pretty good, pretty compelling news for everyone. Snapchat lets users shop from Amazon from within the app itself. Instagram co-founders left the company.
Bye-bye.
Facebook is being sued by a former employee for giving her PTSD. WhatsApp is already working on ads for iOS. Facebook had a data breach and you may be affected. Now back to the news.
Yay.
Oh wait, we haven't introduced ourselves.
You got it.
My name is Sean.
I'm JK.
I'm Rayhan.
Christina here.
Okay, now that you know who we are, the same people who were here last week. Snapchat lets users shop from Amazon from within the app. By taking a picture of a product or a barcode, Snapchat runs a search on Amazon for the product and returns a window of that product itself. All you have to do is press and hold the camera screen, and then it'll actually search for that item, and then it returns a little window with that product's name, how many stars you get, how many reviews you have, and a little button that you can press to go into Amazon to buy the product. So this is actually a very smart move from Snapchat, because while Instagram is trying to build its own shopping platform or app, which they have been talking about for a very long time, Snapchat just ones up them by partnering with Amazon and immediately overtakes Instagram. And now they are officially actually already on, they already have a shopping feature, whereas Instagram is still trying to develop their own.
Too bad.
Yeah, but too bad Snapchat and Amazon are not big players here.
Well,
This move actually kind of reminds me of Bixby, which is in Samsung phones. Like if you turn on Bixby Vision, like scan any item, they'll show you like items similar to it.
Yeah,
Then you
there
can
is.
actually,
Yeah, there is also a Google feature called Now on Tap, which you don't know. What you do is, let's say if you have an Instagram running or whatever that is on screen, right? You press and hold the middle, and then what it does is there is a flashing light that comes and covers the whole box, and everything in there will appear as a search result.
like how you click on the item.
No, like Android phones have 3 virtual buttons.
Okay.
There's a button in the middle which is a square.
Yeah.
You hit the square and hold it long enough, right? It will scan the entire screen that is visible, and then he will show you the result of whatever they see on the screen.
I shall
Oh,
try that later.
Yeah,
I'm not an Android, so no.
I don't think Apple has one.
But let's go back to Instagram again. So shall we go back to Instagram co-founder?
Yeah,
and
big
he
news.
has left the company.
They have left the company.
Who has left the company?
Okay, the
Co-founder.
Instagram co-founder. So co-founder Mike Krieger and Kevin Systrom resigned from Instagram late last month. This sparked rumors of a clash between the CEOs at Facebook and Instagram, which went against their initial agreement during Facebook purchase 6 years ago. When Instagram was bought over by Facebook, it was agreed that Instagram would have complete independence on how it is run. But since Facebook struggled beginning early 2018, Facebook has been seen tightening their grip on Instagram with all the new updates. With the co-founders gone, the first person in line to run Instagram may be VP Adam Mazzari, but we are very sure Instagram will never be the same again. Since now Zuckerberg has no one stopping him from milking Instagram dry, maybe very soon we will see Instagram becoming the wasteland Facebook is today.
VP is in Vice President.
Vice
So,
President, yes.
so what happened
Not virtual
was
peddler. We don't have someone named Adam Mazzari here. not yet.
So what happened was earlier this year we start to see a lot of new stuff rolling out for Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I actually wrote 2 articles on this. One talking about what is happening to Facebook, and how one of the contingency is to use Instagram to replace Facebook if Facebook can not recover from their shithole at this moment.
Instagram is a new hole. You have to shit in.
So what's been going on is
Are you feeling shitty?
Quoting Japan, I think we both just roll our eyes to another dimension.
so what's been going on was 6 years ago when Instagram was bought, there was an agreement that states that Facebook cannot interfere in how Instagram is run. But now what they're doing is actually interfering to a lot of degrees, and it's turning Instagram into not the place that Instagram was supposed to be. Yeah. So the two co-founders got pissed off and just up and left.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of them actually started a campaign of delete Facebook.
Yeah.
Delete Facebook was actually from the founder of WhatsApp, Brian Acton.
Okay.
He left Facebook in March because Facebook wanted to monetize WhatsApp, which we will talk about later on. Facebook wanted to serve ads to on WhatsApp itself, and this is against what Brian Acton believes in, because Brian Acton wanted to create a chat platform that does not collect user information and things like that.
Encrypted and things.
Yeah. So and they encrypt the whole thing as well. So because Mark Zuckerberg was insisting on that, so he just up and left, and he left with him $850 million as well, because left with him, meaning he left that amount of money in Facebook. He did not leave with the money, because what happened was sometimes during acquisitions like this, right, it comes with terms. Because if acquisitions require the CEOs to stay on board in a company, the terms would be like, I will buy over your company for maybe say $16 billion, and then the CEO needs to stay with the company for the next say 4 or 5 years. If they leave earlier, then they will take 850 million less. Only after they stay the full term of 4 to 5 years, they can part ways. They can bring the extra 850 million with them. So Brian Acton, for the purpose of taking a moral high ground, he decided to leave the 850 million.
This moral is worth 850 million.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Much more than that.
What would you do?
To
take the money.
take the money or the moral for the money lah.
It's like how people who stay for the bonus after that.
Yeah.
But if it's an 850 bonus, you want you stay now 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years.
But if he is that rich indeed, I think
He don't need the 850 million.
So are you rich?
You're so bad.
Bernie Wei Han.
Okay, next up. Facebook is being sued by a former employee for giving her PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Someone added that for
Yeah,
just
because this fella don't know what it is.
I really know PTS. You know the standard
PSD, right?
PTSD for the child.
Selena was hired as a content moderator at Facebook for 9 months since June 2017. Her job was to look at thousands of graphic and violent images, video and live streams. Okay, actually I can sense, I can relate how
painful it is, right?
So
After just 9 months, she developed symptoms of fatigue, insomnia, social anxiety before being formally diagnosed as PTSD. Now the PTSD triggers whenever she touches her computer mouse. Does that also include the enters a cold building, watches violence on TV or hear loud noises? then she basically cannot go anywhere.
She's super stressed, so any noise also she will stress over.
But imagine that, right? Working for 9 months for Facebook, doing this content moderation. One can only imagine how much violent crap we see every
why
day.
did she even take the job in the first place?
I think it's a good pay lah.
Well, when you take up a job like this, you never expect it to give you PTSD. I mean, all you do is sit down, watch videos and images, and then just flag them. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. seems like an okay job, right? But no, it isn't.
No, it's a post-traumatic stress disorder.
But
job.
it also shows how much crap people post up to Facebook.
I know, right?
So many violent
Actually, yeah, there's
images.
a lot of it. Like there was a point in time where like people who met with accidents or people who got robbed or something, there were actually very gory videos of the
Yeah,
incident happening
the
or
real thing.
after it happened.
it's not plotted, but this is a real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
And-
from CCTVs
Yeah.
and yeah.
Actually, during that time when there was a lot of these gory videos, I actually didn't even open Facebook for a while just because of it.
So you see, we always criticize Facebook for creating algorithms and computers to filter out all this gory stuff and
Unnecessary,
violent stuff instead of using humans, right? I think this article kind of explains why they use computers instead of humans
And be
because
faster.
because it's quite painful for humans to see things like this.
At least computer won't get PTSD.
Yeah, exactly right.
They'll probably hang K lah.
Imagine the computer starts sweating when you go to work.
Oh my god.
My God, but I think
It's just some minority report.
this one is like, I think those like all this horror movie director that need some ilham, right? They can just like get this part-time job and then you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
watch and then get some.
They do it for 3 months and
Yeah, all those like a horror challenge.
then a blockbuster movie comes out.
Horror challenge, people who want some horror challenge in life, here's some real life horror. Will you sign up for it?
我不要。
I know someone who will sign up. Edmund Tang.
You laugh.
That flag, yes. Share to everyone.
He'll tag you in.
And then JK will sleep every day with the lights on.
Then my electric bill goes up.
That's your problem.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Alright.
Okay, we interrupt today's episode for an advertisement. This episode of Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the Google AdWords expert. This week we will be talking about
Bukan.
Google search becoming like social media.
Ooh.
This is, I think you shared this article, but I decided to put this as part of the discussion. Yeah. So I read this article. It says that we are entering an age where social media and search is melding into one.
Yeah.
Because Facebook and Instagram has incredibly intricate search platforms that helps people find things. So people don't actually have to go to Google to actually search something. They can do the searching within Facebook itself. And Twitter is the same thing as well. So in order to catch up, Google search is transforming into search with social media thing, which also explains why they recently introduced the Google My Business social media element of
You
things.
can have posting. and
Yeah, you can
stuff.
post images and videos about what's happening with your company, what's new, stuff like that. So when people search for your company, they can immediately see the content on the site.
Also, the rule of thumb for Google is always the longer, the bigger, it's better for you anyway. So with that, it adds more attention to your brand.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. So and if any businesses and brands who are not focusing on Google search in a social media angle, I think they should start doing that.
And they start posting first.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Instagram 5 years ago. You
Also,
just
also
post
you can
first.
see that with their new launch responsive search ad, which is they are expanding on search a lot. They're emphasizing on search a lot these days. So I think that's your new playground.
And the responsive search is pretty cool, right? Because they're adopting a lot of models from Facebook. Like you have posts with clickable CTAs, like kind of like how Facebook is.
Then you can actually pin. There's something called pinning the headlines. It means that let's just say you have a website, zabo.com. so that has to be appear. So that has to appear. Then you can actually pin it because responsive ad responds to different situation and different platforms and sizes and stuff like that. So it looks quite interesting actually.
So for brands who still don't know what to do with this yet, I think what you can do is you can start by downloading this app called Google My Business. It's a blue color house kind of app.
It's a shop
And
lot
then-
like that.
Yeah, it's like a shop house. And then what you do is you log in with your company's Gmail account. then what you can do from there is you can just keep posting like what you do in social media. And what happens is that when someone search for digital marketing or your company on Google search, your result will appear not just as a search result, but all the images and videos will also appear. So
posting.
potential clients and potential leads will be able to immediately see what is it that you do behind the scenes, which we had we had an experience as well. We had a potential client came up to us and say, "Hey, I saw one of your videos somewhere."
There's a
And
few of them who came.
a few of them as so it works, right? But it does mean that you have to create content instead of just sell.
Correct. Your advertising should go there already.
Yeah. All right, moving forward, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is already working on ads for iOS.
It's okay, I haven't seen it yet.
Right after Brian Acton's departure from Facebook earlier this year, there was no expense spent on monetizing WhatsApp. What is this?
Oh, it's a no expense spared on monetizing WhatsApp. WA Beta Info.
Recently reported that ads will be coming to statuses, the part of WhatsApp similar to stories, the part nobody seems to use.
I'll probably say WA Beta Info. WA Beta Info.
I don't want my 1 minute. So it isn't clear if the ads will be targeted. So there is a possibility it will just be placements sold to whoever who wants to buy. But knowing Facebook's behavior, they will most probably want to add targeting. But where will they get user information from targeting from? Links with Facebook? Our minimal login information? Our oh my god,
Geolocation. Geological location.
geolocation, or will they actually start reading our text now?
You see, WhatsApp doesn't have a lot of information about us.
No.
When we log in, all it does have what it's supposed to have, right? Not supposed to have a lot of information about us. I'm sorry, I explained that. So supposed is a big word. When we create a WhatsApp account, all we do is give them our phone number and a password. Then we have it, right? Even after Facebook bought over WhatsApp, so if Facebook can connect the phone number you give on Facebook and the phone number you give on WhatsApp, Facebook is able to create a profile of you. But if the phone number you gave on WhatsApp and Facebook are different, or if you do not put your phone number on Facebook, what Facebook would do is, get this, Facebook will look at somebody else's, your friend's contact list, find your number, and connect it to your Facebook account and your WhatsApp account. Therefore, they will profile you from there.
What if we change, like let's say for instance, mine is 016 in WhatsApp, then I put 012 in Facebook. They cannot trace also, right?
They cannot trace, but what they can do is, Facebook actually creates a library.
Okay.
What they do is, like, you know how Facebook always keep asking you to connect your Facebook to your contact list? Even if you don't do it, let's say for example, if Faustina does it, so she does it.
She did it.
So I can't remember.
So she has your actual phone number in her contact list, right? Facebook updates
Which one?
your phone number from the contact list into
so then Facebook will have 012
a
and
possible
016.
Yes.
So both
updates
lah.
it into it.
Better go check.
So you have
So there's
multiple.
no running away.
Yeah. So this is not a rumor. It's not a conspiracy. This is actually going on. Facebook is going through lengths to find out, to fill in all the empty little spots with the contact list that you have.
But if that's the case, why if let's just say then the previous owner of founder of Facebook, founder of WhatsApp, why did they want to sell WhatsApp to Facebook for?
Facebook at that point of time
Wanted
was not making money, and they wanted to charge people 99 cents a year to use. Sorry, WhatsApp.
Okay.
WhatsApp at the time was not making money.
Go.
Yeah.
Right?
They were very close to charging people 1 cent, 99 cents a year to use WhatsApp because they wanted to keep it clean, no ads, no nothing at all.
Yes.
Then Facebook came over and says, we'll buy over your company for, I think it was 16 billion. 16 billion. At that time, WhatsApp had only 16 staff. So each of them were immediate billionaires. Each of them. So So what happened was
$1 billion whale.
so what happened was Mark Zuckerberg said, I will buy over your company, but I promise you we will not interfere in how you run your company. Yeah. So
For that year.
So Brian Acton says, okay, fine, this makes sense. I will stay with it. And then nope, that's not what happens, because past year they have been trying to monetize WhatsApp. And even with WhatsApp, this promise that WhatsApp will not be monetized or will not be interfered upon, they are starting to interfere.
They cheat their
Same case with
feelings.
Instagram.
Yeah, same case with Instagram. But it's worse for WhatsApp because WhatsApp was bought for a price higher than Instagram.
Oh.
But Instagram could still monetize. WhatsApp was never able to monetize. So because of the pressure from the board members, they desperately needed to monetize WhatsApp. So it's a both sides thing, right? But the thing is, they are rolling out ads on statuses, which is the Instagram story equivalent to WhatsApp. Who the hell uses that thing?
I really don't know.
When I read this article, I went back and I checked my WhatsApp and I was like, where the hell is status? Oh, you have to swipe right to find the status. And nobody is there.
Once.
And nobody is there.
Yeah.
But if they want to promote ad, then okay lah. Then let them.
No, but the thing is, if they want to promote ad, what's going to happen is they're going to push the status up to the top, like how stories, the story cards are on top.
And not like IGTV at that on top.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, now IGTV is like in the middle
Yeah,
of
they
all
have-
feeds. I'm
In
like,
the middle?
what's this?
Yeah, like you scroll halfway, right? You get to see all the row of cards with all the IGTV videos.
Usually
Oh, yes,
it's
that one
the
got-
IG stories.
Yeah.
Now they
Your
put
story
IGTV.
and ad story.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, there's a lot of...
But mine is ours. I think iOS one is constantly IGTV up here. Watch.
Constantly up there.
No, got one watch.
They have a watch. They have a small button on top right, and then they have a bar. If there's a new video, there's a bar, right?
Yeah.
But if you scroll halfway through, there are
Big
little videos. Yeah, big videos as well.
Okay lah.
New IGTV videos. I guess we did talk about this before, and we knew it was gonna happen anyway, right?
So in conclusion, let's play less social media.
In conclusion, if ads come to WhatsApp, I'm gonna leave to Telegram or Signal.
And then we need to send letter to Sean and Steve.
Snail mail.
Snail mail, oh my god.
Let's yum cha.
Book
This
one
mail-
month in advance. Hey, book faster, send to him.
Telegram, okay lah.
Facebook had a data breach, and you may be affected. On the 25th, I was affected. On the 25th of September, a massive data breach affected 50 million Facebook users. They don't know what kind of information has been compromised, but if you have had to re-log in to Facebook again in the past week, chances are you have been affected. That doesn't mean that your account has been breached. The breach actually affects a feature on Facebook known as View As, which allow users to see their Facebook profiles appear for non-followers. So sometimes if you have privacy restrictions placed on your Facebook, right? You set your privacy properly, and then you want to see how other people see your profile. What information is not included? Then you enable the View As. What attackers would do is they are able to steal the tokens, the access tokens that allow people to stay logged into their accounts, and then they can use it to actually log in. So what happened was Facebook just reset password for everybody. Like not reset password, but they just log everybody out by default, and then also disable the View As feature in order to sort out the mess. Have you?
Are you?
I've been logged out.
Yeah, I've been logged out.
No, I didn't.
No.
I logged out because I logged out myself. That's all.
But what about your phone app? Do you always log out your phone app?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so
it's constantly connected.
but you didn't have to re-log in, right? That
No,
one.
I
So
don't have
then, then you're not
This
affected.
is a bit haram, but I did a research on how to hack into people's website.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's quite the similar way of hacking into people. Like you use it as a you hack by creating a so-called fake or public domain or public username at their CP panel. Then after that, from there you start deleting stuff, start migrating stuff like that.
But how do you access the cPanel?
Actually, there's a lot of websites that can do that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you use these websites to access the cPanel, and then once you're in cPanel, you can do anything to the website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it because I was just curious, I was googling about hacking thing. so
free time.
it's quite a similar method whereby they find the little loopholes and stuff.
But are you on a journey to become a hacker?
You need
white
not know,
hacker.
JP.
White hat hacker.
White hat hacker. So you create a virus so that you can, you know,
Okay, so hey, your company is compromised. Hire me.
if not, I'll delete your account. I'll delete your website.
Since we have a bit of time, this reminds me of a podcast that I heard that I was listening to called Reply All.
Oh, yeah.
There was a very famous episode that talked about a group of people in India who actually call and scam people in the US and tell them your computer has been compromised and everything like that, and then you need to
Update.
you need to buy a special software to fix it, right? So they said that initially, right, this kind of companies, what they do is they are just literally very honestly trying to sell a good antivirus.
Oh, okay.
But because whenever they call someone, right, nobody wants to lie on them.
Yeah.
Because nobody would want an antivirus
When there's no virus.
when there's no virus, right?
Let me tell you
Until their
this.
computer gets a virus problem, then only they will start looking for an antivirus.
So what they do is great.
So what they did was they actually created an antivirus. But how they created a virus, but how they did it was they didn't hack. So they would call you, right? And then because let's say they will send you an email, right? And then you say, oh shit, my computer got virus. Then let me call them and see. So you call them because they're supposed to be apple.com, but it's like APPEL or APPLL or APP capital IE. So it looks like Apple, but it's not. So you go in there, you talk to them, and then they say, okay, we checked that you have a problem, but can you let me remote access your computer to see what is the problem?
So they got into your
That
back
is,
end.
by the way, there's a job title to that one.
What is
It's
it called?
called social engineering.
Seriously,
Yeah,
social engineering.
okay. Just a brief cut from what. There was actually I watched this documentary whereby company will hire them and say, find out how vulnerable our system is. And this bunch of people, they'll climb through your security system and everything. They do social engineering, like going to the doctor. They say, "Oh, I have an appointment or whatever. I'm here to fix your what." The job title is called social engineering. It's true.
So what do?
They are hacking from a social side. Let's just say they
Okay.
like talk to people, get to know the people.
Okay.
But the job title quite jungle lah.
Social engineering.
Wow, like that also got.
So yeah, like it's the same trick, right? They don't actually hack into your computer, but by allowing them access, what they do is they will have screen control onto your computer, and from there, right, they will open your terminal, they will copy and paste a script in a very, very small window. Then when they open the window, they say, oh, you see here, it says you have a Trojan virus. But you have no Trojan virus. They only copy and paste a script that they have from another computer into the what?
Open yours.
Yeah. And then from there, what happens is that they tell you have a Trojan virus. But let's say, for example, if you're like your mom, 50 over years old, 60 over years old, and you don't know anything, right?
God, Trojan
Oh my
virus.
God, how do I fix this? Let me introduce you to an antivirus that you can buy. So this is how they con people.
Con lah. In a way, didn't con lah. Just like
Technically, it's not hacking, but they're conning.
they triggering your fear lah.
Yeah, they trigger your fear.
Well, isn't that the purpose of marketing?
Yeah.
Hospital does that also lah.
Every single time.
That is true.
Right.
It's just a more legit way of doing that.
Yeah, it's like
cyber.
bank also do it like that.
Yeah, the American dream, all those things, must buy a house. If you don't buy a house, you're a loser. Also, I don't must buy a house. Let's sign up for home loan, yeah. Get yourself into debt for 35 years.
No, you know how this No, this is very true. True. They created a culture where kids have to, after they finish college, they have to leave home so that more people will buy homes. Okay, so that's all for this week.
So
Right?
we hope you
Yeah.
enjoy
Anything else? Yeah.
our
Social Media Weekly Podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube and a website as well, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sean.
I'm JK.
I'm Rehan.
Christina here.
Bye.
Sayonara.